Welcome to my first ever Sneakbar Awards. My name is Akbar, I'm a sneakerhead, and I'll be giving out my own sneaker awards for 2025. I normally do shorts, so this is my first shot at a long form video. So if it's your first time tuning into my channel, thank you for dropping by. I appreciate you. How do we do this? Should we start? Let's start. 2025 was an incredible year for sneakers, and it was the exact opposite for my bank account. As my wife likes to say, hindsight is 2020. So let's take a look back on this year in sneakers. So some people like to do a top 10 sneaker of the year, but I'm going to do things a little bit different. I'm going to do 5 categories and my favorite sneakers out of those categories. Most underrated, most comfortable, most innovative, my most impulsive purchase, and my sneaker of the year. There are a lot of sneakers that went under the radar in the past year. However, for me, the award for the most underrated sneaker goes to the New Balance and Whitaker Group Willful Bias, specifically the 998. The 2 pairs for the Willful Bias campaign were the 990 V4s and the 998s. Both of these went under the radar. I barely saw any reviews for either of them, and even less for the 998s. The storytelling from Whitaker Group on these is truly unmatched, and these definitely deserved more recognition. The next category I would say is my favorite. It's the most comfortable sneaker. As I get older, I start to appreciate sneakers that actually care for my feet. Not some sneakers that just look nice and are flashy and you want to take them off within 10 minutes. So when it comes to the most comfortable sneakers of 2025, I've actually picked out 2. It's the Asics in collaboration with Jound, the Quantum 360 AMP. Bro, the number of takes it took to even say that, couldn't even tell you. The full-length gel cushioning on the entire sneaker makes them feel incredibly comfortable. However, they didn't get much wear, and that's only because of how difficult it is to keep them clean. With an all-white sneaker, I had to be constantly vigilant on trying to keep them clean, and that extra mental weight is the exact reason why it did not take the number 1 spot. The number 1 spot for my most comfortable sneaker of 2025, you guessed it, it's the Asics Gel Kayano 14. I took these to Japan and walked almost 20,000 steps a day without any issues. It probably would have taken twice as many steps for me to feel any sort of pain. On top of the extreme comfort, they feel like orthopedics without looking like orthopedics. There are so many colorways to choose from, and honestly, you can match them with any outfit. I love these. The next category is a little more fun. It's the most innovative sneaker. Thinking about this category, I tried picking out new silhouettes rather than retros. Brands that are really pushing their innovation to new heights. The runner-up for this category is the Zellerfeld and Nike Air Max 1000. This was Nike's first 3D printed sneaker, and they did an incredible job with Zellerfeld, who are the experts in 3D printed footwear. Really well done here, I just wish they weren't so limited. The number 1 spot for a most innovative sneaker of 2025 gotta be my most worn pair this summer. It's the New Balance Absorb 2000 in the OG colorway, Stillwater. When you think of New Balance, you're usually thinking about simplicity and comfort. This one really pushes the envelope and it looks like a damn spaceship. I wore these so many times and it gave me like 3 inches of extra height. Shout out all the short kings and queens rocking these. I also love the color on these. Whatever materials or dyes that they're using on the 2000s is of such high quality. Any colorway that you buy draws attention to your feet. Bro, like, give me 30 of these and I'll be happy. The silhouette is new, the colors are vibrant, and it keeps the signature New Balance comfort with the Absorb cushioning and the SBS pods. Such an amazing pair. There are a lot of sneakers that I purchased in 2025, so it was only fair for me to create this category. My most impulsive purchase goes to the Ama Maniére Air Jordan 3 Diffused Blue. Ama Maniére, please don't hate me for this one. I purchased them off of their site, so factoring all the fees, duties, shipping, and the FX being Canadian, I definitely overpaid for them. It's a beautiful pair, don't get me wrong, and Ama Maniére absolutely kills it with their sneakers. But personally, there were other sneakers that I kept reaching for, and it just sat on my shelf collected dust. So I ended up just selling them on StockX. With so many good pairs released last year, these unfortunately did not stand out enough for me. And now for the big one, Sneaker of the Year. There was a ton of heat that dropped last year, so this one is a tough one, but I've narrowed it down to 2. The runner-up for this category, and I know this one's going to be controversial, is Nigel Sylvester Air Jordan 4 Brick by Brick. I originally said these were number 1, but I thought about it a little more, and there's one pair of sneakers that had the slight edge. Don't get me wrong, these are such an incredible pair, and I love the storytelling behind these. And the details on these is something you don't ever get on GRs. I just wish these weren't as difficult to purchase. If people want a pair of shoes, it should be accessible from the brands. We shouldn't have to go to resale platforms to pay an arm and a leg. I'm trying to give you money. Just take my money, bro. And that's the main reason why it didn't win Sneaker of the Year for me. To me, for a sneaker to take the #1 spot, it has to have a great story, be comfortable, have a great design, and be accessible to the public. And that is why the Sneaker of the Year for 2025 goes to Amine New Balance 2000 Biblioteca. These are so fun. It meets all my requirements and has subtle details that elevate it that much more than the Brick Force. On top of that, it was widely available. It eventually sold out on the New Balance website, but it took weeks to do so. Some sizes are actually still available through retailers such as Kith. If a sneaker is sitting, some people might take that as a sign of bricks, no pun intended, but to me that just means that people have a choice instead of fighting bots and jumping through hoops to purchase a sneaker. Not only was the 2000 my most innovative sneaker of the year, but the details on the Amine collab made it my #1 sneaker of the year. And I promise it's not because Amine liked my review on Instagram. It was just bookmarks from the beginning. And that concludes my 2025 Sneaker Awards. If you made it to the end, I genuinely appreciate you tuning in. I'm trying to do more long-form content on YouTube and really lean into this side gig of mine. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, and let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. With all the yapping aside, thank you for tuning in. Till next time.